Hello, great people. Welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. I wouldn't be wrong if I said that IPOB leadership is under heavy pressure, considering the fact that virtually everything that is happening in the Southeast, accusing fingers have been pointed at them. We know that right now, a series of things have happened in the Southeast, ranging from the Anambra lawmaker. We know what happened there, and also a Hausa woman who was taken out with her children. All of that is facing IPOB leadership right now. And Imam Powerful has not slacked. He's been responding as much as he can because this is one way of saving their face. We're going to be looking at what IPOB leadership have to say about the beheading of the Anambra lawmaker and what they have done to unveil those who are behind these nefarious activities. But before we do all of that, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that we get notification anytime we publish our videos. Now, according to the news, the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB on Tuesday distanced its members from the beheading of a member of the Anambra State House of Assembly, Okechukwu Okoye. IPOB said Okoye was taken out or beheaded by fit columnists who are bent on destabilizing its struggle in the southeast. Spokesman of IPOB, Emma Powerful, described Okoye's murder as an abomination which has nothing to do with the Eastern Security Network ESN. A statement by Powerful read partly said, "We, the global family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, under our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, strongly condemn the abominable beheading of Honorable Okechukwu Okoye, who was abducted a few days ago in his area. We want to also state categorically that contrary to insinuations in some quarters, the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB could not in any way have had anything to do with these abominable acts. It is imperative to state here that enemies of Biafra freedom and traitors in our region are seriously pulling all stunts to derail the freedom of our leader and the freedom of our dear nation Biafra. After thorough investigation by our intelligence team, we found out that the abominable beheading of Honorable Okechukwu Okoye is the system of the fit columnists who are bent to destabilize the effort of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. These barbarians have been well mobilized financially and otherwise by DSS, NIA, and DMI to create anarchy in our land in an attempt to derail our march to freedom. They will commit this heinous crime and their paymasters will use the Nigerian compromised media houses to accuse IPOB of being responsible for what we know nothing about. The question is, why is IPOB being demonized unnecessarily? The simple answer is that we are fighting for the freedom of our people because we rejected their forceful takeover of our land. The IPOB intelligence unit working round the clock discovered the gimmicks and antics of Nigerian government and its security agencies, especially the Army, DSS, Police, NIA, and DMI intelligence. Those pointing accusing finger at us are the same people sponsoring the disturbing insecurity in our land. Biafra land has been infiltrated by Fulani wearing Nigerian security uniform and operating under this guise as agents of death and destruction of Biafran land. IPOB is not in the business of kidnapping or car snatching and has never been and will never be, and therefore we absolutely had nothing to do with the kidnap of Okechukwu Okoye. This kidnapper had kidnapped this man on the day the executive governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo, visited our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS custody, and every member of IPOB was very happy because he was the only governor in the whole of Biafra land who summoned the courage to visit our land or our leader in Abuja since his extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria. IPOB ESN cannot be our brother and drop notes bragging that we are behind the murder. The world should take note of the similarities between the beheading of these lawmakers and the way they gruesomely murdered the two army couple last month. Governor Chukwuma Soludo must prepare to meet these evil men humiliating and taking out our people's head on. Those were the words from Emma Powerful. And these words have attracted a lot of reactions from Nigeria. But I just want to say something here. And one of the things I would love to say is for IPOB to truly exonerate themselves from whatever that is happening, I think it's ideal for them to put ESN at work to at least capture some of these people who are doing this. You know, the shocking aspect of this thing is that these guys are very strategic. Nobody really knows their resident, nobody knows where they stay, but all of a sudden they will breeze in, and before you know, they take out people just like that. For me, anytime that you are pointing accusing finger, what makes it fully respected is when there are facts in your hand which are fully provable. For example, when the case of arrest of Rocha Sokorocha's son-in-law came up, a lot of people could identify some of those guys who came around. They could identify the car, and not just the car alone. Some of the individuals who were part of that whole thing were also identified, so they could say, with this proof, we can say this is the person responsible for it. That is exactly what must be done. Hold the person, possibly camera the person, and then send the viral video out. Say this is the proof that we do not have any hand in this thing. That's just my little observation and assumption about this whole thing, because it's getting very, very serious, and unfortunately they are the people that are being showcased out there as those behind all of these nefarious acts. But then let's look at what Nigerians have to say. Someone here says Nnamdi Kanu has bitten too much that he cannot bite again. What we are seeing here may be from them or may not be from them, but it is as a result of their own activities which has strengthened and given courage to all manner of hoodlums to go out and do this. Another person here says, Imapa would stop beating around the bush. It is not the police, neither is it the army. We know that the political enemies of the current government of Anambra State are those behind this act, and as much as they can to stop them, the better. This one here says it's high time for Governor Soludo to integrate his political enemies into the government so that all of this nonsense will come to a standstill. Another person here says, one day, Emeka go market, he no go come back again. One day, all these things that we are lying about, we will be caught red-handed, and the narrative will change once and for all. So this one here says, God is watching all of you from heaven, and one of these days he will prove that he is the Almighty God. Let the people continue to deceive themselves. We know those who are actually behind this, and very soon they will be brought to book. Nigerians are really talking there. This one here says, first of all, you need to tell us who are the origin of this negative attitude. Was it not IPOB that started all this nonsense? Today, what your eyes are seeing, you can't even control them again. What goes around comes around. So many reactions there, but we'd like to leave it there. Go to our comment section. What's your standpoint on this whole issue of insecurity and unreasonable moves by some group of persons to destabilize the peace of Southeast? Let's interact in our comments.